On today's episode of Nerdy Dating, we discuss how the men and women show appreciation differently and why it's important to have communication when it comes to appreciation. We also talk about casual dating and it's important to define a relationship, or you can find yourself seeing somebody, dating somebody else out and about while you're just hanging out with friends. And we also talk about the 80-20 rule and why that it is false and not real. Stick around, give another insightful and a great episode of Nerdy Dating. It's gonna be a good one. What's up, world? Welcome to another episode of Nerdy Dating. I am your host, Zakka, and let's go ahead and get into today's episode. We're gonna start off with a TikTok video that was sent to me. This is from Hank. I'm gonna call him Hank, but it's not Hank. It's HFCNK54. I want to say Hank, like, for some reason, but that's what it starts off with. But it's not Hank. It's just HFCNK54. And let's see what he has to talk about.
That couples fight is that women think being selfish is not doing things for other people, and men think being selfish is expecting other people to do things. Which, in case you didn't notice, is the exact opposite. Like, I have friends who have helped me through bad acid trips as I clung to their chest and begged them to deliver me from the evil spider demon at the bottom of hell, for whom I would drive miles and miles and miles to help out of a sticky situation, loan them money, whatever they need, probably die for them, really. But I'm not going to get him something for his birthday. Women will hear that and they'll be like, you're a bad friend. I'm like, you don't understand what I would do for him if he asked. But he doesn't ask anything. I'm not doing shit for Craig. But if he wanted me to, I'd kill someone for him. Like, and women, on the other hand, will have, like, silent expectations that they'll want done for them because they would do it for somebody else, like a big, nice, extravagant birthday party that they'll throw for their friend. And so she'll be thinking, you're selfish for not doing this thing for me, and he'll be thinking, you're selfish for expecting that. Then they'll both equally think that the other one is ridiculous. Which is why women will brag about, like, a guy who's very thoughtful, and a guy will brag about a woman who knows when to leave him alone.
So this was sent to me to react to, like my thoughts on it, and that is something to think about, how cultures in America, I should say, growing up, that guys are taught, like, to kind of handle themselves and be by themselves and not really, like, you know, show their emotional side and celebrate others, like birthday, for example, like with gifts and lavish things. It's more just kind of like, birthday, congratulations, but we'll celebrate like if somebody, you know, conquer a championship or a tournament or some sports related or one amount of money. Like, we'll be like, yeah, let's party, you know, you got a new job, yeah, woo. Or you just won the championship, yeah, woo woo. But it's not like, it's your birthday, let me go get you a gift and be thoughtful for you. Guys are not taught to express it, appreciation for each other in that way. Versus ladies, you'll see ladies get together for a girl trip. They will get together and do lavish things for the birthdays and do everything. Like, you see women, somebody's 31st birthday, they will go and get balloons out and everybody's getting together. The girls are all partying together. 31st birthday for the guys that were not getting balloons. They're probably just getting a few drinks and it's just like, all right, cool, we're having drinks or gaming or whatever the case may be. It's nothing too over the top and lavish, but like the ladies will all get dressed up and they all go appreciate each other and they go out and have birthday parties or Galentine's Day. The single girls all get together and have a Galentine's Day, while the guys are not really doing that for each other, not really bonding in that sense. So when you have two sides of genders who have that kind of ideal mentality when it comes to, well, how my friends appreciate me, they kind of know, give me a head nod or a drink or like pat on my back, like good job, congratulations, and that's it. Or they kind of like just hang out and we're just hanging out together. That's it. That's how we appreciate each other. Versus ladies like, no, my form of appreciation, I want the gifts. I want to be a card. I want a card. I want flowers. I want to be taken out and dined on what I like to be appreciated with. I like that because my friends are there for me. I'm taught, you know, ladies should be treated in this way, and that's what I want, versus guys not taught in that same sense to do the same thing. So I can see where that comes from in that argument, and pretty much how you avoid getting that argument as a couple. You express to each other how you like to feel appreciation, how you like to feel gratitude. Like, for example, there was another episode years ago on Nerdy Dating, or I might not react to Nerdy Dating. I don't know where I reacted to it at, but a girl was like, I told him when he asked what I wanted for Valentine's Day, I said nothing. So now we kind of have an idea where it's going. The guy did absolutely nothing on Valentine's Day. And she was upset. She was like, you didn't get me flowers. You didn't give me a card. You didn't do anything. He's like, you said you want to do nothing. I took that as face value that you didn't want to do anything, and he went with it. She was upset versus saying, I don't want to do anything big or lavish for my birthday. I'm not using that word right, but I would appreciate flowers or a card, and he would go do that. Now, somebody out there in the comments saying like, well, I just have to tell my partner what he should do. Yes, you do. Communication is key. Communication keeps relationships together, and that also prevents you from being disappointed. If you're sitting here like expecting somebody to read your mind, they're not going to do that. And when it comes to two sides here, when it comes to how two genders were raised on how to show appreciation for each other, this video is a good example of like, yes, you need to be communicative. You need to express, I like to, on my birthday, go out for drinks or go out to the bowling alley or do something big and lavish and have big things about me for my birthday. And I like to do X, Y, and Z. Be upfront with your partner on what you want. And therefore, when those times come, you're not disappointed when he doesn't deliver, or when he does deliver, you're just like, okay, I appreciate you. I know you care. And same thing for him. Ask him how he like to feel appreciative, how he like to do things. And like the dude said, my friend asked me, I'm jumping. If he doesn't say anything, I'm not going to make a move. So you have to be communicative and tell your partner what you want and how you like to express things and how you like to do things. And that way they know, versus sitting there saying they should know. Everybody should know. Everybody's raised differently. Everybody has different viewpoints on life and dating and perspectives. So you should talk to your partner and be communicative and open about what you want. All right, moving on to the Reddit world. First one, are there any men wanting a long-term relationship anymore? Hi, I'm a 28 female wanting a long-term relationship. I feel like all I'm coming across right now and up against are guys wanting casual or friends with benefits. I get that women do this too, but can only speak from my experience. Looking to hear the man's perspective is extremely disheartening. Help. Yes, men want long-term relationships. Yes, there are men who want that. Yes, there are men that are looking to settle down. They are out there. Now, if you're on dating apps and you tell you want long-term relationships, but your profile, you're wearing hot, like booty shorts, high skirts, chest out, going out clothes all the time, it's gonna look like you want casual, or you have nothing but face shots and glamour shots and swimsuit shots on your profile. If you're going off a dating profile, can use a long-term relationship, which is a dating profile term, then yes, it's gonna look like you want casual. Your perception sometimes can lead to other people think of your reality is, when it's not the case, but people will think that based off what your profile looks like. So you might come across guys who like, I want friends with benefits, I want casual, because they're thinking you're giving off a casual vibe. If you're getting off more of a long-term relationship vibe, saying, hey, I'm looking for a long-term relationship, I'm upfront with this, I'm not down with casual, I'm not trying to hook up with anybody who comes across my front door who talks to me, I want a serious relationship, I want somebody willing to put effort in, like I'm willing to put effort in too, and be upfront and honest and just be straightforward with these guys. You're gonna meet somebody who be like, hey, I want that too. But also you can't be super serious and be like, I'm not willing to have fun, I'm not willing to go out, I'm not going to go bowling or do X, Y, and Z or do activities because I'm looking for a long-term relationship. You also gotta be, your personality gotta be willing to have a long-term relationship. Your personality gotta be able to connect with somebody that way you had that long-term relationship. I always say looks get people in the door, personality keep people in the house, and that's what it needs to be. So there are guys that they're looking for long-term relationships. It's just how you present yourself on the dating apps can make it look like you don't want a long-term relationship, a profile that's not complete, a profile that's not fully made. Like I said, all glam shots for guy and girl. A guy had body shots on there of him, his shirt off and everything. He looks like somebody who probably gonna be willing to just party and hook up and not look like somebody who wants something serious. So your profile does matter when it comes to dating apps and your perception on there. Now you meet people in person. When are you hitting people up? Are you hitting people up at night? Are you hitting people up when it's like 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock at night, say, hey, what are you doing? That can go for a more casual vibe. But if you hit somebody up in the daytime, hey, you want to go get lunch? You want to go get brunch? Those things kind of have a more serious relationship pattern with somebody where you only see them in daytime, see them on one-on-one situations, and then get to meet the friends, get to meet the family. It's like, okay, that's like you want more long-term versus, and being upfront and saying, I want long-term. But then the guy's showing up to those, showing like, okay, he might want long-term too. But depending on the time frame, if you're hitting somebody up always at night, that could be a thing. Or your communication. If you're talking to you and you respond back every 2 days or every 3 days, that shows you might not be serious for a serious relationship, but could be in it for a casual relationship. So it just depends on if you're in person, how you're interacting with them, when you're interacting with them. On a dating app, depends on how you set your profile up. All right, next one. Calling out a guy for updating Hinge. I'm 24 female, have been talking to this guy, 25 male, for a month. Obviously, we were not exclusive and agreed to talk/see each other casually and see if it develops into a long-term relationship, because that's all he ever known. We have texted each other a bunch, Snapchatted almost every day the last few weeks, FaceTime a few times, once spending the night together, not fully hooking up but doing other stuff. The next morning, I wanted to see something on his phone, on his profile, and noticed he updated, which is obviously fine. However, what bothered me was it seemed, one, he updated his profile either right before I came over or while I showered. I know it changed during that time period because before I met up with him, I looked to see entries on his profile and other prompts were there. And two, the first prompt says, one thing I'll never do again is look at another woman after we match. Okay. The last one really bothered me because clearly that doesn't line up with his dating goal, as he mentioned, and we've obviously been matched for a while. The other prompts he used, he literally asked me that question before we fell asleep, so it clearly was on the top of his mind. He's given me the I'm busy this week card, and I asked him for some clarity if it's because I feel he pulled away when I didn't want to have sex just yet. Whereas while together, he said certain things and acted in certain ways that are not like casual relationships. I've been in some before, so I can tell the difference. Is it fair to mention something about the women comment if he tries to say that I clearly want more than casual with him? While I was starting to like him, I was going to communicate that to him if we saw each other this week. Please be kind. I'm newer to the current dating scene after a long-term relationship 6 months ago. Again, I know he had every right to update and keep looking, as do I, but it's when he did it was hurtful. Look, y'all not in a relationship. He can do what he want. You can do what you want. If you're getting hurt by something that is not even, you're not in a relationship with him yet and you're getting hurt by it already, then you probably shouldn't be dating this person, because most likely, like, until he makes it official, he is free to do whatever he wants. Yes, you can get a little bit jealous. Yes, you can get, you can be jealous that he's out there looking at other women. Yeah, you can feel jealous. That's human reaction. But to be like, I'm devastated, I'm hurt that he updated his profile. Okay, he updated his profile. He has his prerogative. You can do the same thing. You guys are not in relationships, therefore he doesn't owe you an explanation that he updated his profile. Therefore, he can update his profile, and that's his prerogative. Let him do him. Now, if you want to not see him on the dating apps anymore and see him being only with you and his eyes on you, the way to fix that problem would be to ask him out and see if he wants to make this more serious. Now, you just got a long-term relationship 6 months ago. So are you ready for another long-term relationship? You have to ask yourself that. If you're okay with being casual, then be casual. But you're saying he's doing things that's not casual. Yeah, he's taking you on dates. Yes, he's been a good person to you. That's what somebody who's a good person will do. They're not going to treat you like crap. Even if they are casual with you, they're not going to treat you like crap. They're going to treat you like an actual person, how you deserve to be treated. So he's going to do boyfriend things. And maybe because, didn't you say he also got long-term relationships? So maybe because he only know how to do boyfriend things and not be a casual person. To fix this issue is to purely ask him, hey, do you want to be in a relationship? Do you want to define this relationship? Do you want to be a boyfriend, girlfriend? And that right there would change it. He'll get off the dating apps and y'all be boyfriend, girlfriend. But until then, until y'all have that conversation, he is free to do whatever he wants and you are free to do whatever you want. Next one. Guy I have been seeing for 2 months was on a date with another girl. I'm 25 female, went out last night to a bar with all my friends. I have been seeing a guy mid-30s from Hinge for the past 2 months. Now, he takes me on amazing dates and we've been intimate many times without protection since we both have been tested. Don't like that. We see each other every week. Oh, yeah, see each other every week. Anyways, he lives like 45 minutes away from me. Don't like that at all. Unless I was going to see him, I almost never go to this part of the city. So you never at his side of the city unless you're going to go see him. He lives 45 minutes away from you. What the heck? Anyway, another anyway. My friends and I wanted to try a new restaurant in his area. We ate and then went out to the bar. I saw him on a date with a girl. He also lied to me about what he was doing on his Friday night because clearly he was with this girl. I hate to admit it, but I'm pretty upset. He is the first guy I liked in 2 years since my ex, and he was treating me so well. I also hate the fact he lied to me. What would you do in this situation? He ended up seeing me at the bar. Also, is it normal to feel kind of annoyed about this whole situation? Edit to add that since this blew up, I guess the answer is that I'm in the wrong. All right, I'm in the wrong, and it's fine for him to continue to date people. I guess I shouldn't feel jealous. It's hard, though. I learned my lesson. I would not assume anything, even if the guy seemed to care about me. Let's see here. I've also seen this guy, mid-30s, from Hinge for the past 2 months. He takes me on amazing dates. We've been intimate many times without protection. I still don't like that protection part. Yeah, you're not in a relationship. Y'all not in a relationship. Guy I've been seeing for 2 months is on a date with another girl. Y'all not in a relationship. You're not wrong to feel jealous. You can feel jealous. Jealousy is a normal human thing. But then y'all look into, what does jealousy mean? Are you scared you're gonna lose somebody? Are you jealous because this person's showing attention to somebody else, and you're afraid that by them showing attention to somebody else that you're gonna be lost and you're not gonna have something? You're scared and you don't want to be alone. Well, those things you have to fix in yourselves to understand that, like, hey, I'm confident in myself. I know who I am. I know what I want. And the guy that you dating over there, he is dating somebody else because, one, he's free to do that. He's not obligated to a relationship. He's not been put into a relationship. He's not dating you officially. You're not boyfriend, girlfriend. Y'all dating. Y'all seeing each other. He's on the app still. You still be on the app swiping as well. And he shouldn't have to tell you all his business. He doesn't have to tell you that he's going on dates with other women. He can say, like, I'm going out. Okay, going out with a friend, going out to see somebody else. He can say those things, but he doesn't really need to tell you the details of all the stuff he's doing because, one, y'all not boyfriend, girlfriend. He does not owe you the answers of, I'm doing so-and-so over here. I'm meeting so-and-so over here, because you guys are not boyfriend, girlfriend. He's not responsible for you, and you're not responsible for him at this point in time. So, no, he doesn't owe you that. And also, you don't owe him anything either. You can go date other people as well. And matter of fact, you should probably dating, not going on physical dates, but keeping yourself options open while you figure out whether or not this person is the right person for you, and he's doing the same thing. So you can't get mad at him. Now, he can care for you. Even the guy seems to care for you. He can care about you. He probably does care about you, but he's also getting to know you, and he knows, hey, I'm not going to just pick one person and just hope for the best. Especially he's been in the dating game for a long time. He's probably trying to figure out if you guys are a good compatible match. And he's saying, okay, well, I'm not sure about this yet. Let me see what else is out there. And then he probably gonna come back and make a decision and say, hey, I'm sorry, you don't work well for me. And you can ask yourself, hey, I don't feel comfortable dating a guy who's dating other women. Or next time you hook up, how about you use protection? If you want to keep seeing this guy, if you know he's out there talking to other women, he didn't have to talk to say he's not seeing other women. At this point, he has not lied to you. You just perceived that he wasn't seeing anybody else, and y'all went for it. They think this is going to be great. I get that. Just, if you're going to continue dating out there, one, understand that people are dating other people. Keep that in mind. And if you might not be dating other people, that's fine. But understand that they're out there dating other people, so you might want to keep your options open until you have the defined relationship conversation. And I would say until, even though he got tested, you probably should always use protection. Not probably, always use protection. You don't know what people have. Until you're in an official relationship, use protection. And even you are in an official relationship, use protection until you got the ready to try to have a kid. But use protection. All right, next one. Ask a woman on a first date and she insisted her best friend and husband come. Don't really like that, but let's see what happened here. I'm a 35 male, asked a woman, 33 female, I've been talking to on the app for 3 or 4 nights to get a cocktail. She gave me an enthusiastic yes, but insisted her bestie and bestie husband should join. I immediately gathered that it's probably a safety thing for her, so I didn't push back at all and told her, yeah, that's fine, let's plan something. After thinking about it more, I'm really not excited to go now. The whole point of meeting is get to know her to see if we're a good match. I think it would be strange dynamic to have them there. I'm a pretty social person, so it's not a matter of being nervous around new people, but more of it feels like I've been wasting my time now. I didn't decide to make this time investment to chat with her best friend and husband up. I was wanting to connect with her. Is this normal in this day and age? Is this reasonable? I definitely want her to feel safe meeting a new man out, but also we're all adults here. If we met in a public place and both drive ourselves, it seems like enough. This almost feel like being chaperone. I've been in a situation like that before where you go on a date with somebody and then you go to another bar and their friends are there, and then the friends join the date, and it's kind of like I got pushed to the side. Now I remember that, and I remember thinking like, oh, well, this is an interesting date dynamic. We didn't continue dating after that. This was about pre-pandemic, so over 5 years ago now. Good Lord. But I know that feeling. I know what it feels like to be in that boat. So it's funny that I've had that experience. I've only experienced it once. I don't hear other people having that same experience. To me, do you really like this girl? I know it's the first date, and it really seems odd that her friend and husband are coming. And I know you're like, well, I'm just trying to get to know this person. I'm not trying to meet the best friend and husband. But you know what? It might be a good way to go. Like, you know what? Let's see what happens. I meet the best friend and husband. They give us the stamp of approval. And then I can go on a second date with the girl if you're really great. But if you're not about that, you're not open for that, that's 100% fair. You don't have to go on a date with her. You don't have to do this. You can 100% just say, you know what? I'm out. Toodaloo. See you next time. It's been great. But if you're open to it, you might have a good time. Might be a person that you're willing to spend the next couple of years with, or next, who knows, marriage or life partner. So you don't know what can happen. I would say pick a public place, go to a big fancy, not a fancy bar, but a bar that's well-known, lit, where a lot of people go to, and sit down and have that conversation just in case her bestie and her bestie's husband might try to jump you and kidnap you. Just 3 against 1 on a date, just saying. But anyway, I'd say that's probably the best thing to do. Just go see what happens, have fun, and if it feel like you're the third man, the fourth man out there, because 3 of them, so you're fourth wheeling, and that's what it seems like, and she's not giving you any attention, then you know, okay, she's not really into you. Fine, have a good one. But she's like shooting her friends away, like go away. I'm having a conversation now, or I can handle myself. Then, boom, have a good conversation, set up another date. He did make an edit here. He said, edit 1, 4/4/2025. Went on a date tonight, and honestly, it went great. Hey, he did it. She didn't seem nervous, and the 4 of us had a great time. There he is. We went to a run-of-the-mill Mexican restaurant, sat at a booth, drank margaritas, and ate tacos. After chatting as a group, I mostly focused on talking to her for a while, and we were sat next to each other at the booth, so that made it easy. Eventually, we naturally had more of a group conversation, and we all ended up laughing a lot at all the stories her and her best friend had together. The bestie's husband even paid for everything and refused my offer to Venmo him or try to pay for half of it. Overall, it went better than I expected, and I'm glad I took the risk. We connected really well, and I'm looking forward to seeing her again. I still haven't asked her why she wanted them there on the first date, but for now, I do not care. I'll update again when she answers that. Boom. Perfect. 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 Look at that. My advice worked. And he updated before I even had the chance to read that. So, great. Look at that. Boom. All right. On to the next one. Is the 80-20 rule actually false? Okay, here we go. Everybody's talking about this new show called Adolescence. I haven't seen it yet. It's apparently about some kid who becomes radicalized and mentioned that 80% of girls want 20% of men. As somebody who used Bumble multiple times, that seems very accurate to me. I'm college educated, work out often, have a decent job, and have almost never matched with a girl that has those same qualities. The 80-20 rule, 20% rule thing seems accurate from my point of view. I don't think I'm radical crazy guy though. Ha ha ha. I'm going to say the 80 to 20% rule, the 80-20 rule when it comes to dating is not a real thing. There'll be somebody in the comments saying yes it is, but it's not. So the 80-20 rule that 20% of women or 80% of women want 20% of men, and I at one point was told that I'm in the top 10% of men. Which I don't even agree with that, because like the top 10% of men are getting all the matches, getting all the women, they're really good looking, they're really established and have all this money and have all of this stuff and like really tall and all these things. One, I'm 5'7". I'm considered a short king. I'm not the 6'2" guy that women claim to want. Now, what women want from a guy is somebody who can be able to provide, somebody who can be able to take care of themselves and take care of their family. When I was on the dating scene, I heard a lot of women would say, I want a guy with a car, with a job. And that right there was like the bare minimum. And with a house, a job, car, house, bare minimum. And then from there, it was like, I would meet women who were like, oh yeah, I have a certain threshold when it comes to salary. You gotta be at least making $100,000, which how many men are out there making $100,000? If you look at the average, I think the average person right now is making in the United States, the average or medium average salary is like 60,000, 57 to 60,000, I believe it is for the average person in America. So not everybody's out here making buku amount of dollars. Not all the men out there making buku amount of dollars, and all those men who are considered the elite status when up there, they're not getting all the women out there. They're not. One, just because they walk into the room, like for example, Idris Elba walking into the room, or Will Smith walking into the room, or Patrick Mahomes, or Tom Brady, Lionel Messi, they walk into the room. Not all the women out there are just going to flock to them because they're who they are. I think Lionel Messi is actually short. I think he's 5'7", 5'6". How tall is Lionel Messi? Let me see. I'm going to derail here. Lionel Messi, he is 37 years old. How tall is he? Height. He is 5'7". He is my height. Lionel Messi is my height. I thought he was taller, but that makes sense. He is my height. That even tells you, and granted, he makes millions of dollars playing soccer, but yes, he is not a tall man. Cristiano Ronaldo, how tall is he? He's 40 years old. I did not know Messi was... Messi's younger than Cristiano. Cristiano looks, I'm saying his name now, but Ronaldo's, that's insane to me. He's 40. How tall is he? He's 6'2". All right, so he's the average athlete height. Well, not the average athlete height. He's the average, like, he's 6 foot tall. Like, he's tall. But I know Ronaldo is older than Messi. That's funny. Anyway, women are not just dating all these guys who are just 6'2", making six figures, making 6'2", 6 figures, and something else. They're not dating all those men. They're not. They're dating everybody. So don't put yourself into that box and saying, oh, I'm not the top 20%. I'm not top 10%. I'm not going to get any ladies that want me. I'm not going to get any ladies that want to date me. Da, 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 da. That's a lie. It's all fabrications because somebody's mad because they got rejected and they want to find a way to make themselves feel better. So they're in the corner saying, women date only 80% or top 20%. I'm not the 20%. Nah, I'm 5'7". I'm 5'8". I can't get women. No. Carry yourself with a confidence. Be yourself. Carry yourself with confidence. Know who you are. Go after your goals and dreams. Accomplish your goals and dreams. The girl that will find you attractive, that you will be attracted to, will come across your path. You will date her. Y'all will go on and have a good life partnership. You want that. And that companionship, you will have that if you just keep your head up, keep your eyes open, but also focus on your goals and dreams. She will come around. You will meet her. You will match with her, and you're good to go. Don't be discouraged by the dating apps because, one, they're not going to show you everybody. It's an algorithm game. The dating apps probably today are trying to get you to pay for more and more stuff. So they're trying to get you paid for more money, so therefore they're not showing your profile to other people. If you want to pay for it, go for it. You want to invest in your dating life like that, go for it. But just be cognizant. You have to have a good profile. You got to be confident in yourself. Got to know what you're about. Be who you are and go for that. But don't be upset and don't try to put the dating woes on this whole 80-20 rule. It's not real. It's false. And those people out there, the people on YouTube, the only reason why it seems like it's louder, it's like it's real because people on YouTube and Twitter and TikTok and Instagram are complaining about how they are not getting the Kim Kardashians of the world or the models of the world, the Instagram models of the world. Like, why? Why do you need to date somebody who probably doesn't have the same shared interests and values as you? Yeah, because it look like a model, go for that. But like the girl that you find attractive, she's gonna look like a model as well. And you can be any kind of shape or size for a model. If you look at the Instagram models thinking like, oh, I want a girl like that, you can find that girl in the real world and who has a great personality and a great mentality. It's fun to be around and who's not on Instagram trying to get likes and followers for OnlyFans. You can find that. But those men out there who are trying to get those OnlyFans models, they're the ones shouting about the 80-20 rule. Because the OnlyFans model, the Instagram models, the ladies who want to look like wear makeup and fly on jets, want to get flying out, they're going after those celebrities and those athletes. But you don't want that drama because they're not there for that actual person. They're there because they have this money. You don't want to date somebody who's just after your pocket. You want to date somebody who's after your personality, after who you are. So you'll find that girl who the 80-20 rule that people complain about, you'll find her in real life too. And she's going to have a great personality. She's going to be great for you. Y'all going to get along well. Y'all be compatible and you will. I'm dead serious on that. So this whole 80-20 rule is not a real thing to me. It's just made up by people who are very upset, very hurt, and trying to find a way to excuse their mentality, excuse their personality, excuse their accountability for dating, and trying to find a way to blame it on somebody else. And you're not going to do that. And you shouldn't do that. Own who you are. Go after your goals and dreams. Own who you are. Be who you're about. Keep your head up. Keep dating. You'll find somebody who match you and very compatible with you, who's also a drop dead 10. And you'll be great with that. So keep your head up. And I'm not saying any lies here. Trust me on that. Thank you guys for watching this episode of Nerdy Dating. I appreciate y'all. See y'all next episode and keep being awesome. Thank you for watching this episode of Nerdy Dating. I really appreciate it. If there's another episode you want to watch, you can look at it right there. If you want to subscribe to the page and watch more content, it's down here. Also, you have a question about dating, you want to put it in the comment section, go ahead and do it. Or you can send me your dating question to my email of alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. That's alizakkanerdydating@gmail.com. And I will answer your question on the next episode of Nerdy Dating. Thank you so much for watching the show. I appreciate you and keep being awesome.